Good morning, everybody. Bill Knutson here, New York Sports with an Attitude. Well, I'm probably not going to talk too long today because it's football Sunday, opening football Sunday for the NFL season, and got a few people coming over later on, so I've got a little preparation work to do, snacks, drinks, stuff like that, little touch-up cleaning. You know how it is when you're entertaining people. So I'm just going to quickly go over the last couple of Mets games, a little bit about the Jets and Giants, and then let everybody move on with their day. All right, Friday night, Phillies come into town. We face Aaron Nola. We've never been able to hit Aaron Nola, and this year he's, pitching Cy Young caliber. He might be the favorite right now, him and Scherzer. Unfortunately, I still have DeGrom in third place with 8-8 record. I just don't think that's going to be good enough to win. I've said that before, but I don't vote, so what do I know? And I'm certainly hoping that DeGrom will continue to dominate. He's pitching this afternoon, by the way, 1 o'clock, Mets and Phillies. I'll be watching the Giants play, but I'll be flipping over to see how the Mets are doing, of course, keeping an eye on that. We didn't do anything against Nola, really. As usual, he dominated us, and I believe we lost 4-3, but we lost the game. We have been playing better lately, though, because, in September, today's only the 9th, but we have been playing much better. But we didn't do much against Nola. We weren't able to win Friday night. Mats was, he was okay, but, ERA still over 4. He's been pitching a little better in the second half, but just too inconsistent for me, and I don't know how it's going to be with him in the future, but, I do like, obviously, DeGrom, Syndergaard, and Wheeler, and I'm not so sure about Mats and, Vargas and whatever. I'm not sure about the rest of them, but we'll see. So anyway, we come into last night's game. We got Syndergaard. He's been pitching pretty well. Again, not dominating like we expect him to. But last night, he took a bit of a beating. 6 1/3 innings, gave up 4 runs. Luckily, our bats came in. McNeil, again, just keeps on hitting. Frazier, big 3-run homer, drove in 4 runs. So we were kind of lucky because Syndergaard only went 6 1/3, gave up 4 runs, 12 hits, and 5 walks. He's only the third guy in more than 50 years to give up 12 hits and 5 walks in a game. So obviously that doesn't happen very often. It's never happened to him because he's usually a good control pitcher. But as I've said before, he's more hittable this year. But can't argue with the record. The offense came out for the Mets. We won 10-5. Had a little scare. Syndergaard, right before he exited in the 7th inning, got hit with a line drive in the ribs. But x-rays were negative. And that's all I know right now. Didn't break anything. But I don't know if he'll be available for his next start. It might just depend on how well he handles pain. I don't know. But I haven't heard he's going to miss any time. But the only thing I know for sure is the x-rays were negative. So hopefully he'll be okay. And the Mets won yesterday, so they're 64-77 right now. And DeGrom is going this afternoon at 1 o'clock to try and win us another series. So, and we've actually won a couple of series lately. So, this past road trip, we won the final 2 series in San Francisco and LA. So, like I said, we've been playing a bit better lately. If we could get rid of the month of June, we'd still have a chance at a wild card spot. But unfortunately, when I sent the letter to the commissioner, he turned me down and said June counts anyway. So, what can you do? All right. So, a little bit of Jets, a little bit of Giants. Jets. Tomorrow night, the first of the 2 Monday night games. If you didn't remember, they always have a 7 o'clock and a 10:15 Monday night game for the opening weekend. It's always usually a California game, obviously, 10:15 Eastern time. But the Jets are in Detroit tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. I think they made the right decision going with Sam Darnold. Picked him 3rd overall. Paid him big money. You have nothing else on your roster, quarterback-wise. He's going to take his lumps. No doubt about it, as any quarterback does when they're rookies. So it's going to be a tough task in Detroit. I don't think the Jets will win that game. And Darnold, he'll probably make a few mistakes or whatever, but you got to be patient. Like I said, you really haven't had good quarterback play in years with the Jets. You got nothing to lose. I still think it's going to be a tough Jets season because even if Darnold ends up playing well, I don't see much on offense. I don't know if the line is that great. I don't see any great wide receivers, running backs, anything like that. I really don't see a lot, around to help Darnold. Some good veteran players. I really don't see a lot. So I'm sorry, all you Jets fans out there. I don't see like an 8-8 season being competitive. I certainly don't see playoffs. I don't see a win tomorrow night in Detroit. New England's going to dominate the division like they have for the last 16, 17 years. No question about that in my mind. But, I make a lot of correct predictions, but not all of them. So, maybe the Jets will surprise people, but I don't see it. I see 5-11, 6-10 for the Jets, and I see Darnold steadily getting better because I think he's talented. But that's what I see. I see kind of another rough season for the Jets, but we'll see. What can you do? But I certainly don't see them getting off to a win in Detroit Monday night. But we'll see. My Giants, tough task today. We're at home, and a home underdog, actually. We're like a 3-point underdog as Jacksonville comes into town. Excuse me. They've got an excellent defense. Jalen Ramsey, whom I can't stand as a human being, just talks too much noise for my taste. But I guess I'm kind of old school. I don't like all the stupid celebration dances in the end zone because the players want to make it all about me, all about me, all about me instead of team. That's the new generation. I don't like it. But I like when you score a touchdown, acting like you've been there before, having it be about team, not about you. But, maybe that's just the over 50 crowd. I don't know. But I didn't like it when I was in my 20s either, on a rare occasion that somebody did that. Excuse me. But that's just me. Giants going to have a tough time today. Jacksonville, excellent defense. And I've got Odell Beckham in my starting fantasy lineup. So, and I think Jalen Ramsey's going to be on him. So it's going to be extra tough, but I hope he figures out a way to find the end zone and Eli finds a way to get the ball to him. I also have Evan Engram for the Giants. I've never done that before. I've never had two guys on the same team, the same offense in the lineup at the same time. Going to try it. So hopefully when Manning doesn't get the ball to Beckham, he'll get it to Evan Engram. So I'm hoping that those two guys will have a big day, and of course the Giants will beat Jacksonville. I'm hoping the Giants' improved line is improved because Jacksonville has a formidable front four, and it's going to be tough for the Giants today. But hopefully they'll figure it out. Giants on defense, I don't know. Snacks better be hungry. He better put some pressure on Bortles because Bortles has been up and down in his career, and he can throw interceptions and stuff, but if you don't put any pressure on the quarterback, I can complete passes. So they must get heat on Bortles on defense and, get him to have his happy feet and make mistakes and whatever and set up good things for the offense. And then hopefully Beckham and Engram will have a big day for me. In terms of my fantasy team, the Texans and Patriots game in New England is really big for me. I have 3 Texans. I have Deshaun Watson, starting quarterback for the Texans. I have the star receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, excuse me, for the Texans. But it's a formidable task of the New England today. I also have the Texans defense trying to slow down Brady and Gronkowski. So could be a rough day for my fantasy football team. They're called New York Attitude, by the way. New York Attitude might have a tough week this week. I had Devontae Freeman, running back for the Falcons, the other night. He only got me 4 points. I wasn't expecting a lot from him, but I was hoping. And unfortunately, I didn't get a lot from him. But we'll see. New York attitude could be a struggle in week one. But, on paper it looks really tough. But they don't play the game on paper. So we'll see. All right. So that's about all I've got. We'll wish the New York teams well. Mets, Jets, Giants. I can't wish the Yankees well. They're playing really well, overall. They've been in a little slump, a little inconsistent lately, the Yankees, but, they've got a big lead in the wild card. You're not going to catch Boston, but you're going to get the number one wild card spot. You're going to host the wild card game and most likely win it, but anything can happen in one game. So, but we'll see, when the season ends, obviously focus a lot more on the Yankees because the Mets won't be playing at all. So then those few shows or whatever, once the playoffs start, will be just about Yankees when we're talking baseball. So unless something big happens with the Mets, there won't be much to say about them. All right, so have a great Sunday. It's a little bit after 9 a.m. Football starts in about 4 hours. The Mets start at the same time, so I'll be flipping back and forth between Giants and Mets. So it's go Giants, go Mets. Hopefully DeGrom will dominate again and they'll get him some runs for the rare times that they've scored for him. Hopefully this will be one of them. And he'll, DeGrominate and give us another series win, hopefully. Go Jets tomorrow night. Go Giants today. Go Mets today. And go New York attitude today. I need my guys to really step up because I've got a formidable opponent. All right, so have a great Sunday. And go New York teams. Go New York attitude. Subscribe when you get a chance if you haven't. I'd appreciate it. And as always, go New York teams. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.